Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here on the 4th of July. Doing it, do. I got a message for you today, a 4th of July message. It ain't what you think. All right, let's go. Realism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. The message in the story for life. There's going to be another one of life lessons. I appreciate you tuning in. That's what I do. You tuning in, receiving them. I appreciate you. So you know what we got going. Let's ride. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, even on the 4th of July, is to enlighten. I'm going to do that. Inspire. Hopefully that too. Educate. Definitely that. More important, motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, that's what I'm on every day, to get my right thinkers to do just that. Know themselves. Why? I'm giving you the tool that you can build your knowledge around and use it for yourself and do just that. Know thyself. Let's go. The question is, do you know you? A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, don't know much, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, aka teachable. So you teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is what? Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinking, know that self. And to my app, be true. Today, being Independence Day. Actually, we're going to talk about independence. Maybe not with fireworks and the second and that no, hell no. So let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about real independence. What's real independence? Is knowing thyself. We know how to get into that. I'm going to get to know thyself whatever way, up, down, in and around, by any means necessary. I'm going to get you to know thyself. So that's my program. That's the plan. Hope you enjoy the lesson. Let's go. When you know thyself, you're free, aka independent. From what? Ignorance. Ignorance is our enemy, right? Thinkers, ignorance is the enemy, aka your ego. So when you are independent from ignorance of your higher self, you need to understand you're free to think, to act, and to be. If you're ignorant, somebody's going to tell you how to do those things. So understand that. No, we're not shackled. No, we're not forced, but we are mentally and pretty much emotionally enslaved to the powers that be and that other thing that y'all love so much on Sundays. Let's moving on. Becoming enlightened, becoming spiritually enlightened, is becoming spiritually independent, mentally independent of what? The BS, aka well-dressed lie, religion. Sunday, everybody was feeling good about themselves. It's the 4th of July. Oh, they just celebrating all this nonsense, but you'll celebrate knowing you being your best self. That should be celebrated when? Every day. I'm just saying. So I'm independent of the nonsense. Trust me. Right thinker philosophy's mission. This is my point. Is to have independent thinkers thinking, doing what? For themselves. That's independence. What is it? We breaking loose from the whatever. I could care less about that nonsense. Why? It ain't got nothing to do with me. Not a thing. And excuse me, don't get me wrong. I don't play the race card. Nope. Has nothing to do with me again. Independence in 1776. Think about it. Moving on. I don't have time to play that game. The lesson today is independent from the BS system. I'm independent of the daily rigors of working a 9 to 5 to survive job. Why? I'm retired. I put my time in. I played the game, and I'm on the other side now. So I'm dancing in the streets. Why? I played that game. I would never tell no young person, don't work, don't, no. That retirement money is going to be fine when you get it. So it's worth working for. But my point is, an independent person does what they have to do for themselves. Long-term planning, future planning, that's being independent. Relying on somebody else to do that, so much, okay? Independence is being what? Free to do me. And whatever that may be, I'm still free. But I didn't just get free. You got to put time in, had to put the work in. That's when you earn it. Again, going to the next level, no, not no. But you don't become independent because somebody make you. No, you earn it. Like respect and anything else. If you want it, you got to take it. Okay? Next one. The day you become spiritual enlightened is your Independence Day. Not on the 4th of July, everybody setting firecrackers. I hate that nonsense. But everybody hooping, jumping around, had to cook out. Yeah, but what are you independent of? Just say, oh, it's a day off. So enjoy yourself. That's one thing I liked about the Jews. Every holiday had a purpose. It was symbolic. That's what kept it traditional. And they haven't broken their tradition since they started. We jump around, hop around, pick a month, pick a day. We want this, we want that, want the holiday, want this, that. More nonsense. Become a right thinker, get independent, and you can celebrate every day. Let's go. Now, May 1st, 2013 was my Independence Day. For the rest of my life, I will live right. I had to change. I had to epiphany, awakening, all those things you call, but I had it. That's over 10 years now. The reason right thinking philosophy was even born because of my independence of what's going on, the nonsense, and being dealt with from a higher power. I've been all in ever since. I'm an old drug man. Sniff coke, take acid, smoke weed. I did all that. Got high, did it all. 2013, May 1st, I took a dose of God. Been high ever since. Conceptually, so understand it. That's what I'm saying. And when it's real, it don't wear off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you get it, you got it. In the words of my mother-in-law, you got that, baby. You got that. So get it. What? Knowledge of self. You don't have to fight or die for independence, and some have it that will continue to. But just become what? A right thinker. I help you with it. Now go through all that. Independence is like what? Heaven, hell, all what? A state of mind. Everything is mental. Remember, knowing thyself is the highest mental spiritual concept you can obtain. That's why it's the ultimate goal of what? Human beings. We give you, I got books, I got all kinds, and everybody says the same thing. So it's funny because every different book I read, just a different angle, different, but it's going to the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you pick what you like. I've got another lesson coming up, selective learning. What's that? I'll tell you in the lesson, but that's what a lot of us do. And I'm saying that, so I got a lesson for you coming up. But watch this. When you're independent, your life is what? Under your control, not the powers that be. If the system got you locked in, it's hard. They don't run me. I wasn't in control. You got to break free. But the matrix, all that nonsense, yeah. That means get off the grid, get out the system, and become independent to do what you need to do. Oh, I call it entrepreneurship, and nobody wants to have a boss. Okay, all that, but I didn't have no problem with a boss. But if you do your job, that's what you got to do. Moving on. Independence is earned, again, like respect and anything else is not given. Understand that freedom, respect, those things ain't given because the person who got them ain't trying to give it up. Yeah, being opposed, aka enslaved, physically, we know the history. Yeah, it was a tragedy, but being mentally enslaved is genocide. We are not going to grow as a people if we continue to what? Kill ourselves, stay ignorant, and let the power to be have their way with us and just tell us what, when, how to do. That's not been working for us. And if we don't teach our young how to change that dynamic, it won't. I'm in the 60s. I ain't got much time left. But young people, listen, I can't fight. They got the fight in them. Give them the truth and let them go. Stop feeding them the nonsense. They say we are in the matrix again, aka mental slavery. And that's true. Anybody don't understand that? Yeah, you really in the matrix. But what they're saying is if you ran by the system, you get up every day, you go like a robot, they show you people coming and going. New York City, a perfect place. All you do is see people coming and going. You don't see nobody's eyes, nobody make eye contact. Everybody's in the matrix. They're busy about their business. Individuals, but they're not independent. Why? They in the matrix. Independent is what? Knowing thyself, and that's how you break out of the matrix. And everybody said the same thing. Become conscious, wake up. I've been trying to tell you that for the last 10 years, but I'm not going to stop. Why? Because it's starting to catch on. So, repetition. I'm going to keep on drilling it in your head. I just saw in my videos from 4 years ago. The same message I was talking that I'm doing now. A little more smart, a little more understandable. It's the same message. When you become an enlightened being, you will have earned your independence of and for yourself. You're no longer part of the matrix. Why? Because you get it, you understand it, and you can produce and manifest all the things that you want for yourself right here in this time and space. You ain't got to die to get it done. Working that way. If you become wise and understand it, know thyself, and do what you need to do, you can have whatever you want. Like my man said, T.I., you can have whatever you like. But in life, you should. If you put the work in, you should have whatever you like. I see people who retired, made good decisions, and living comfortable. I see other people who retired, got to go back to work. Why? Because they ain't comfortable. Why? They need, they need a little more. So there's a difference. But if you do it right, you can have whatever you like. With self-knowledge, again, the daily distractions of the world don't and won't bother you. Why? Because you know yourself. Slide between the molecules of nonsense like an ill through seaweed. Why? I ain't got time. I hate news. Why? It ain't really news. When I used to thought no, that's a waste of time. When I do look at it, I glance at it, it's the same thing. 6 months ago, same thing. Only thing changes is the weather. Summertime now. Another 6 months ago, it was cold. I'm just saying, if you wait for them to offer you something new and different, and my man said, count the days. Why? Because it ain't happening. So start the countdown. Why? It ain't gonna happen. Love that guy, that phrase. If you think the one who oppressing you, understand this, I am an activist, I ain't with the no. But if you think the one who's oppressing you will give you freedom, aka independence, wake up. Because you're dreaming. That's not going to happen if you don't step up and grab him by his throat and scare the life crap out of him. He ain't going to change. He motivated by fear. That's why he keep you in the fear mode. He have fears that us waking up. That's why he fear people like me. I ain't nobody. But they know if a bunch of people start thinking like I did, start getting the concept for themselves, we got a problem. What? There's a bunch of hymns. That's what I want. I don't want to be the one. No. I want a bunch of right thinkers. Why? They can't stop all of us. I'm the right thinker. Follow me. Get behind me. Bow! Party's over. Well, no, I ain't going to take that seat. So I want to make sure it's a whole bunch of. That's my philosophy. So I'm not ego tripping being in the front, being in the lead. So get the concept. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Where was I? Okay, when you come. Okay, watch this. Oh yeah, down here. Okay. Okay. Again, if you think the ones who oppressing you want to free you, that ain't gonna work. Now, right thinkers, we are independent individuals. When? Every day. When you have knowledge of self, you're free of that nonsense. You're free. That's being independent. I taught my son how to avoid the nonsense. The nonsense is our neighborhood. You had drugs dealers on the street, got drugs on the corner. You had your stuff going on, and they asked one guy asked my son, "Well, how you get through that?" My dad wasn't having it. Thank you. So he followed the rules, and he worked out fine. Parents, if you don't hold your child accountable, that's your fault. It ain't the child. Don't blame the child for what you didn't do, okay? Or hold him accountable to do. That's parenting. When your child 15, 16 years old, and it's because of single parent, I hate this concept, but I gotta let them know that's where the problem lies. A 14, 15-year-old young adult and a single parent mother, unless you're putting foot on his neck, he's gonna run you. Okay? He ain't gonna listen to you. And that's why the jail is full of B-made brothers who got caught up in what? The emotions. Men aren't supposed to be emotional. It's a woman thing. But if you're raised by a woman, you're going to take on the characteristics. So when I heard that concept, it made a whole lot more sense. So I'm trying to get you young brothers to know, just because you big and popular, and first time somebody upsets you, you go crazy. That's crazy. That's women. See, women can get away with that. But you 250 pounds, you snap somebody's neck like that or just black them, you got to pay for that. That's again, emotions have consequences. Women usually get away with it. And femme fatale, but sometimes they got to pay the price. But don't let your emotions dictate you. That's what I'm trying to explain to you about the nonsense. Okay. With self-knowledge, watch this. You become an independent individual. Can't be swayed. You won't be all that. We have to worry about the people riding by offering candy. We was taught don't talk to strangers. Some stuff like that. You give the story to your kids to teach. You tell them a story. What's that? The Red Bible, all that stuff. Those are fables, but they're storytellers for a lesson. A lot of people want about that. Shut up and get the message. Moving on. Excuse me. Oh, I got the old wild. Okay. Now I teach right thinkers what self-knowledge. So what? They can be independent of the world's nonsense for themselves. I'm already independent. I'm just trying to show you how to be for yourself. And you adopt the method, you'll see, oh yeah, I got this. Okay? Right thinking is what? Living independent of anyone else's nonsense. I'm not in nobody's business. I'm about my business all the time. I could care less about yours. But a lot of people even in my business. I don't know how they got in it. I ain't put them in it. I'm just saying, moving on. I don't deal with my family or friends' personal business. Okay, I'm not nosy. When you know yourself, you're proud of being what? The independent individual, aka right thinker. I'm very proud. I wear this, I wear it with pride. And I got the concept. I'm about to get my t-shirts and stuff. I'm marketing a little stuff out there. I can see my message. I want y'all selling drugs with my stuff on. I don't want to see local drug dealer with my stuff on either. I'm just saying, I get the concept. I ain't ego tripping on that nonsense. But watch this. Right thinkers, we don't follow the crowd. Why? Having knowledge of self make you independent. No follower of the nonsense. Why? The crowd is always wrong. If everybody going that way, just go the other way. Why? They always wrong. The grapevine. You can start 10 people. You start from here. By the time you get to 10, it ain't nothing but to start out. So understand that, please. That's just a way of life. It ain't nobody in particular problem, but that's just how we are. Let's move on. Let me get this out of the way. I'm done. Here we go. Last one. When ignorance dies, independence is born. That's what I think is philosophy. Why? I got to kill off the ego. I got to put him in check, so to speak. But the ignorance got to go. Ignorance had no place in the right thinking concept. Knowledge is watch this, is the killer of what? Ignorance. Opposite of ignorance is knowledge. So I'm all about knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is the result of what? Knowledge being used, employed. I can know every book I got in here. But if I'm not using it for the purpose, no, it don't mean jack. So that's another thing. And a lot of people know a lot of stuff. A lot of people can teach a lot of stuff. How many people living That's uniqueness. Let's go. You can't be independent and ignorant at the same time. Two masters can't occupy the same space. You got to be one or the other, ignorant or enlightened. Some of us opt for ignorance. That's your choice. Again, moving on. The daily knowledge that you learn, tune in every day, give it to you, and you live by, you're what? You're burying ignorance even deeper. Every day you pound the stake to get him further and further away. Like I keep that knowledge of how I used to live. Every day I push it further and further behind me. So I'm 40 years now. Okay. Moving on. Ignorance and independence are natural enemies. Why? They are opposites. One is good and one is bad. They can't go together. One male, okay? Two males is like ignorance trying to make ignorance. It shouldn't, it don't work. Okay? They can't go together. You cannot be ignorant and independent. Nope, don't work that way. So moving on. I'm an independent maker. Independent people maker. Why? And I'm an ignorance killer. Yeah, I'm assassin. I like to kill ignorance. Why? I don't want him nowhere around. And anybody that's ignorant and toxic, I will just dispense them. I won't kill them physically. I just do away with them. That's all. That's right thing of philosophy. That's a lesson. I hope you got it. Become independent of the nonsense of the world by knowing thyself. Stay tuned. I got more for you.